This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
This is Max Headroom, and what you're about to witness is one of the most sinister-sounding intros to a trailer to one of the greatest epics ever.
Live from the Raw Radio X studios in downtown Detroit, this is the IT in the D Show.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
What's up, everybody? This is Billy Zapka. Sweep the leg. Listening to IT in the D Show. No mercy.
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
Dig you IT geeks. This is Dre DeMatteo from Sons of Anarchy. You are listening to IT in the D.
Excuse me, sir, is this the Delta House?
Sure! Come on in!
Hey guys, it's Time Hawk, Bruce Leroy from The Last Dragon. You're listening to the IT&D Show.
Just where do you guys think you are?
The Library of Congress?
Detroit? Beyond the sun?
Any of those, right?
Hi, I'm Ernie Hudson, and you're listening to IT in the D. All you nerds out there.
Take him to Detroit. No! No, not Detroit! No! No, please! Anything but that! No!
I used to hang out at the Magumbo Bar. It was a rough place, the seediest dive on the wharf, populated with every reject and cutthroat from Bombay to Calcutta. It's worse than Detroit.
You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Then don't come! Shut up!
This is Robert Hayes, the tit striker to my mother. When I'm not hanging out at the Magumbo Bar, I'm listening to the IT and the D Show. It's worse than Detroit.
Is there such thing as a meat hangover?
I love my Monday meat stick.
Turn your microphone off. Just get out.
Hi, this is Martin Cove, John Kreese from the Karate Kid movie, and you're listening to IT in the D.
Why would, Buick put their cars next to, the Bentleys? Why? That's not marketing.
The alphabet.
It's brilliant.
Hi, I'm Brittany Daniel from The Game, and you're listening to IT in the D Show.
Hey, Jerry Slater. Hey, Jerry Slater.
Really good.
Hey, Jenny Slater.
The Turf Monster is in full effect here.
Hey, folks, this is WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and you're listening to the IT in the D Show. Tough guy. Ho!
Are we at a break yet?
Hello, everybody. It's Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger, and you are listening to IT in the D.
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
The question isn't what are we going to do. The question is what aren't we going to do?
Loaded for speed! Go!
You've known we've officially made it when we have a station ID from the Green Power Ranger. Welcome to episode 45 of the IT and the D Show, brought to you by Falling Down Beer Company here in the Raw Radio X studios in the Russell Industrial.
And yet we have no Falling Down Beer with us.
We will next week.
We're back to PBR, but that's all right. This is actually the first episode of our second year. It is.
We'll be sane without the falling beer.
We'll
segment 3 and 4. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're not going to be saying this is episode 48 of segment 32.
So this show, as always, is hosted by Mr. Monday Night Bob the Sales Guy, Dave the Geek, Jeff the Voice of Reason. We got a couple cool guests lined up. We got the founders of the original Sticks. It's a cell phone case company using hockey sticks. Terry and Pat are here. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
And then we got Davina, return offender Davina here. We're going to talk about the job market a little bit later in the segment. But
the stuff that we used to do.
We used to do all the time.
Exactly. Yeah, back when we were actually
stuff that
IT.
mattered.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Long ago when we used to help people find jobs.
Right. We've lost our way.
So Davina's here to pull us back into the fray.
Some really great guests, though.
So
we
can't
we can't complain.
I
wouldn't have it any other way.
Fun once in a while. You can't do strictly business.
Yeah. Although, hey, speaking of taking care of business, a couple of things I do want to make sure we get to before we
Dave, where can people find us online?
So, there's some half-assed, almost done website at itandthed.com.
Hey, I think it looks good.
It looks a hell of a lot better than it did. In case,
You're like the car mechanics of the IT world.
Well, pretty much.
Never stop tinkering with anything.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
carburetor just don't sound right. We got to change this code.
Yeah. So Bob finds a new look and feel. He's like, Jeff, make this happen. All right, fine. We've got 6,000 images. Exactly.
Go.
I'm like, all right,
Again,
fine.
It's just like
It's
with my,
live.
It's just like with my mechanic. I don't care how you do.
Just do.
But yeah, so our site's out at itandthed.com. By all means, go check out the new look and feel. It's a little bit
I
more
think it's
easier to
great.
navigate. It very much cleaner than it was.
There's pictures.
Exactly. Go figure where they're supposed to be. And,
Right.
and they're not 9. You don't have to scroll past the picture to get to the article anymore. You can also find us at facebook.com/itandthed. We're also on Twitter, where you can hit us up tonight if you want to, at itandthed.
Or slash.
No. There's no umlaut either.
Twitter.com/
Just stop.
Stop talking. Then let's see, if you want to call in, by all means, feel free. The number is 313-462-0107. A couple of things I do want to hit on. We've got, so speaking of falling down, I do want to hit on again because I think it's a phenomenal idea, and I actually got the green light to go do this.
So it's good for you then.
Oh, yeah. So the Father's Day event that they're doing on Sunday, it's $35. It is 5 courses of food. It is 6 courses of beer.
Are you doing the noon one?
I don't know. I just got a green light to pick whichever one I wanted.
If it's noon, I'll do it because I got to go to a stupid dance recital. Who schedules dance recitals?
Did you
for
say
kids?
stupid?
Yeah.
Yes, because it's on Father's Day. I got a problem with that. You didn't ask me. Do it the week after.
So wait, Dave, just to be clear, when we had Mark in here last week, did he say that it was actually on Father's Day? I thought it was just Father's Day weekend. The event was actually on Saturday.
No,
or
it's
is
Sunday.
it actually on
It's
Sunday?
Sunday the 15th.
Is it Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
noon
just
and
want to make
4.
sure.
Yeah, and it's $35. Yeah, Anita actually made me laugh. She was like, "So, do you want me to just like give you the money and you go buy the ticket to do that?
It's like, can I buy you a drink, or do you just want the money?
Right?" And I was like, "Oh, really? Like that? Really? Wait, is this a trap?"
Well, now she has to go return the tie.
Right. Yeah, the world's greatest dad mug. But yeah, so that's going to be a phenomenal event. Find out about that at fallingdownbeercompany.com or fallingdownbeer.com, I believe it is.
Beer.
fallingdownbeer.com. They're also at facebook.com/fallingdownbeer. So yeah, hit them up, check that out. We've got the links to it on our site. In fact, I put the link in it in today's email blast and all that
Just
stuff.
direct everyone to our new fabulous site, and we'll just have the links on our post there.
Oh, that helicopter sound that you hear is Jeff patting himself on the back.
I'm saying that we'll just redirect everyone to our own site rather than trying to butcher our own sponsor's website.
True.
I take credit for it because if I didn't tell you to do it, you wouldn't have done it. So there, wham. See, that's how it goes.
How's that arm feeling, by the way?
Sore.
You want it punched?
Yeah, exactly.
I probably need it.
On the event front, we've got our next event next Thursday night. We're heading back to semi-familiar territory. We'll be back over in Novi to what used to be the Post Novi. It is now the Daily Post. New owners are looking forward to having us there. Should be a good night. All the good folks of the Metro Detroit IT community come hang out.
We've been getting screamed at for not being on the west side for a while. So
Well, yeah, and we have. We've been staying central and downtown, and then I've been pulling things east because, well, I can.
Right.
Because we know it's all about you, Dave.
Well, duh. If I have to go scout bars, I'm going to scout them within a 3-mile radius of my house. Hi.
So you can crawl home?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, I know how this.
Assuming he goes home.
Yeah,
exactly.
I, of all people, know how this works. The one other one that we had, we already did talk about that. So, yeah, we talked about the new site look. We got the Falling Down Beer Company thing. We've got our event next Thursday night. There we go. Everything is out on itandthed.com. The other thing that is out there that published out earlier this afternoon is our Comic-Con interviews and chats and all that stuff are out there live. It's about an hour or so in total.
It was like an hour and 15.
Yeah,
like that.
so it's out on SoundCloud. It's on our site. I pushed it out through all the usual syndication channels, so it should already be out on iTunes and all that fun stuff. Kind of fun. I mean, it was our chats with, Martin Cove, Billy Zabka, those guys, as well as some, local comic artists and graphic artists and just some folks that did some really cool stuff that we, caught our eye as we were walking around, and it was a good time.
Everyone but Mr. Ren and Stimpy, Bob Camp. That's all right.
Yeah, exactly.
And Joey
Sorry.
Lauren Adams.
Sorry,
He
Bob.
had
Sorry.
ajued us, so he couldn't interview with us. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he had to go to the bathroom every 4 minutes.
We're not going to talk about that.
We already told that story 2 weeks ago. We're good.
Yeah, we kind of butchered that for like 20 minutes.
it's all right.
But it's making Bob laugh now, so
right.
No, it's him coming down and going, they didn't have any toilet paper in the room. What the hell's wrong with this place? I'm like, well, what'd you do? And he wouldn't tell us. Like, you idiot.
You can't tell us the problem and then not tell us the solution to the problem. Inquiring minds want to know. That's
and we're talking about it again.
Exactly.
What's first on our list?
So we've got. Let's go ahead and hop into the one that just honestly,
ton of great stories this
horrified the hell out of me. So there is
this a TV thing?
No, there is a gift shop at Ground Zero.
Oh, yeah.
At the Memorial in New York City. They just built it. And at the end of this somber, gut-wrenching, I mean, like the title, I mean, it was the story that I had thrown you guys was written by somebody whose sister died. And it was called, The Worst Day of My Life is now New York City's hottest tourist attraction.
Yeah.
Yep.
My tragedy is not your commodity. I've seen those signs all over the.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but 10 years or 9.5 years ago, it was a tourist attraction. Before there was any memorial, when it was still rubble.
True,
right? I mean, it's
I
always
call it a tourist. Like you want to go see it. It's not necessarily.
No, I shouldn't call it that, but it's an attraction that people want to see. They want to be a part of it.
There's
right?
a gift shop. It's a tourist attraction
now. Yeah,
now it is. Right.
And, and that's the part. Like this, it's you go through this really somber thing, and I mean, like there's people that have recorded. They've got almost like a confessional that you can hop in and like record your memories of that day, or whoever died. For the love of God, there's an on-site place where they have all of the remains that they haven't been able to identify. That if you're a family,
that's just eerie.
That if you're a family member, you can go. I mean, it's like a viewing room, and it's nothing more than it's file cabinets, in this very dark, somber room that's backlit and all that stuff. And again, at the end of that, hey, buy a FDNY sweatshirt for $45. Really? Like it. I can't figure out if I'm mad or like saddened for us as a society.
I think the word you're looking for is appalled, right? And what's the backlash? I mean, they're not. Are they going to shut it down? Probably not.
Well, and where they caught the most flack about it is that they had the gift shop open for the family only days. So for the 4 or 5 days before it officially opened to the public,
right?
Members of the family and that kind of really.
As if there's going to be a mad dash to go buy a FDNY sweatshirt,
right? From the family members of people who died. Yeah.
Well, let me take the advocate. Let me take the other side. This thing is going to be funded by taxpayers, right? So now you put something in there to offset the cost to help it sustain to have everything else there. They're not free. The thing's got to cost a ton of money to run. I know it's bad. It's bad. It's huge. It's horrible tact.
100%.
To have a
100% valid point. That's probably why it's there, right? But it still is. Doesn't It
no, it's like coffee mugs. Like, come on. There's different ways to do it. Like, hey, kind of like DIA. Hey, can you donate to help this thing go?
Right.
Put a little shoebox in front of the.
Well, who was it that said there's a gift store at the Holocaust Memorial? Was that one of our listeners was saying that?
Oh yeah, well, okay, but that's the one in Bloomfield Hills. That's not sitting in Auschwitz. Yeah. If it were, it's not.
Point taken.
Right. It's a little bit different. Like I said, and if it was a memorial. If they did something like as a part of the Smithsonian's, down in D.C., or they did something, offsite, they did something somewhere.
Yeah,
totally makes sense. But there,
yeah.
Yeah, just completely hit me wrong.
I don't even. I have nothing to say. I mean, it's. I'm kind of the same way. Like, I don't know if I'm appalled or I'm like to Bob's point where I can see the business case.
Yeah, but I think there's a better way to go about it than selling dog sweaters and coffee mugs. That's
and that's what it is. It's it is. They've got your little doggy hoodies and your collars and yeah. Anyway,
or if the money went to the families or something. Anyway, next.
But speaking of appalling, so Facebook got all NSA creepy with the new feature that they kind of floated that nobody paid attention to, and then suddenly people paid attention to, and now they started backpedaling like mad.
Well, they never actually released it, though.
Oh, yeah, it's in beta. It's out there. There are people that have seen it.
Friends nearby. That stupid thing.
No.
This is worse.
So now, when you're checking in or posting a status update, Facebook wants to activate your microphone so it can hear the sounds that are going on around you. And if it recognizes a clip from a TV show or something else, it'll add it to your status. So, hey, I'm sitting here watching TV, watching Game of Thrones. hey, I'm sitting here, I'm out at the bar. No, you're not. You're in the living room watching porn. Right? I mean, that's...
Yeah, I don't think so.
And the only way that it, other than like if you like a lot of people or most people, they just click, okay,
Right.
on all these dialog boxes.
And if you
the only indicator that the microphone is on is like a microscopic icon in the corner. That doesn't even move.
I bet no one cares. Don't you dare take away my Facebook. I'll give up every ounce of privacy and just don't take away my Facebook. Because I want to see.
Was this like your point of like, I'm sorry that you're complaining about the service that you get for free?
Yeah, exactly. then a couple people post, oh no, this is awful. Change your privacy settings. Like, grr, I don't care.
Yeah, take 5 minutes. Click.
That's no one. Yeah, they're not going to read the disclaimers that we can arbitrarily turn your microphone on even when you're not updating your status.
Well, I don't know what article it was. I was skimming, but there was something about the collection, like they're like keep posting those selfies because the NSA is using the facial recognition database and importing all of them.
Yep. All of them.
Right.
That was part of. I think it was the Forbes article that I shot back as a follow up.
They're collecting a massive facial recognition.
Well, yeah, because Facebook basically has the largest facial. I mean, when's the last time you uploaded a photo and it didn't have suggestions for you to tag?
Oh, it knows it's me. I think the funniest one is like when Xbox One, when it turns it on and it sees you on the couch, and if there's two people on the couch, like which one is that one, and it'll have a suggestion, and people will post screenshots of like the lamp going guest because like, oh, I must be lonely if they're they're trying to make my lamp my friend.
Forever alone.
But think about that. They got the facial recognition database with all the pictures we put up. Xbox One's watching me on the couch. God help them.
I actually got a little tinfoil hat and I turned my Xbox 360 camera around when I'm not using it.
Yeah, but it's still the mic's on.
Again, it's one of those things where,
Yeah, cause it's funny because when I'm playing Battlefield and like the kids crying, I feel like the worst father ever because I can see my mic going on and like this guy's playing with his baby crying. Hey, can I segue into that? By the way,
shoot. What do you got?
I had a great announcement. I know we talked ad nauseum about Star Wars. And I'm a big, I'm a big gamer, right? I turned Jeff into Far Cry 3, and I've been playing.
Still hate you for that.
I've been playing Battlefield 4, like more than humans should play games. Like I feel like almost like
your Xbox One says, Bob, you must get up from the couch now.
Oh, absolutely. But there's an announcement from E3 that DICE is coming out with Star Wars Battlefront, so it'll be like Battlefield in Star Wars world.
That might pull me in.
Oh, if you saw Battlefield 4 on my Xbox One,
he sent us a trailer. You should watch it. It's pretty cool.
It's oh my god. And these guys are so funny that they're watching the trailer and we didn't just make the game. We had to go fly. Like they went to like where Endor was filmed so they could so they could feel it. I'm like, you guys are just fanboys. You wanted to fly out to like Tunisia.
Yeah, exactly. That was the excuse of the business trip.
Yeah, exactly.
No, authenticity. Yeah.
But they're in essence going to have every character, every vehicle, every weapon, and a mass huge. It's going to be
capture
epic.
The flag game.
It's all capture the flag. It's going to be epic. I can't if it's coming out. I don't care when. I'll be standing.
You just want to walk an AT-AT through a house.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, because I mean, seriously, Battlefield 4 is the best. Like, it's huge world. It's amazing what they've done with this game. Cleanest game I ever played. Now they're coming out with Battlefront. So anyway, next. Can we talk about GM now?
There is that is again getting back to creepy.
It's my dream. No. I've been wanting this.
This one's actually creepier than the Facebook thing.
Oh yeah,
I've been wanting this since high school.
GM's testing an app in China. Well, and don't get me wrong, I've always said your license plate should be required to be your cell phone number so that you could call. Well, what they're trying to pilot in China is that so that it's basically an Android app where you basically get a picture of the license plate in the car in front of you, and that allows you to text them. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's creeperific. Like, and I love the example that they gave.
Hi, I'm in the car behind you.
And I think,
pull over to Wendy's.
You're cute. Yeah, and then the next one, and then she's pleased by the fact that the guy, that and she agrees to me. I'm like, no,
that's not how that's going to play. This is not. You're going to get the biggest cases of road rage.
Yeah, I was going to say road rage takes a whole
So here's where we
at a personal level.
Here's where we differ, Dave. I see that article and I go, that would be amazing to tell people they drive like shit. And you're thinking you want to pick up girls, and I'm like, it's going.
No, that's how they're advertising it.
That was the thing.
That's
that was in the article.
That's a feature.
That was like the demo. That was the demonstration they used in that article.
The girl's like, the guy behind me thinks I'm cute.
Oh, and then with self-driving cars, what this world will be. Oh my God, this will be great.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm floored. Yeah, well, because of that. Okay, so where does
the technology's been around for a while because cops have the cameras on their light bars that are always filming license plates as they're driving around town.
Right.
So they can flag
those clowns got
stolen
me for
cars, and all
stolen
that kind of
cars.
stuff. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Tabs. They got me for tabs one day late. I'm like, you guys are on
right.
the ball.
So the tech is there. So what this was, they're just porting it into public use for an Android app.
But so my question is, where does that relational database exist that maps license plate to cell phone number to receive text?
It's going to be an app it's going to be
I see
dating
so your question is, how are they getting the information from your car registration to what phone you have?
Right.
Dave, you're going to have to register. It's going to be like a dating site, like whatever the one's coming
Well, the
out.
article didn't talk about that.
No, that's not how that was billed. That was a feature that, they wanted to start rolling out in their cars.
Oh, so it's not opt-in?
No, well, that's one of the reasons why they were saying they could actually get away with it in China. They could never get away with it here.
No.
Yet.
Unless it's opt-in. Yeah, right.
Yeah, give it time. Yeah, no, but that one just, that I don't see anything good.
I just you drive like suck. I would love to text people that
Wait, what would you do, Davina? You're driving on the road, bing, you get a text. I'm the guy behind you in the Ford Taurus. You want to pull over to the Starbucks? I think you're cute. I mean, you're laughing right now. I mean, what would you? No. That's ridiculous.
I probably wouldn't even.
You wouldn't even acknowledge it, right? You think it was spam.
It's gonna be Dave 9 times out of 10 anyway.
Ping, hey Jenny Slater. Ping, hey Jenny Slater. Ping, hey Jenny Slater. Nice. No, but talking about actually spam. So the one that I thought was really interesting was all these smart TVs that are open to the red button hack.
Yeah. Now this is bizarre.
So basically,
your TV is internet connected, right? You have a flat screen in your home.
Yeah.
So,
but it's not internet connected.
It doesn't need to be. That was the thing they were talking about, is that because they still accept the RF.
TV.
They still accept the RF signals, and that's what.
Yeah, but only if it's viewable from the window.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Tell the story. So
yeah. So basically, with a 250
radio.
Yeah, 250 watt boost or a 250 watt amp, this guy could hit everything within a mile and a half and literally take over your smart TV and your home network and start throwing.
So he's flying around a drone, right?
And proved it out.
What was it? It was New York, right?
Yeah.
New York City. So he's flying around a drone with this contraption on it, and he's hitting all these apartments and essentially taking over their TVs.
Wow.
Yeah, it was 250 watts, and he could hit everything within a 3/4 kilometer radius, I think they said, because in metric, whatever. But yeah, and so for if he jumped and he could hit, what was it? Something like 70,000 houses or apartments or anything with it, or 77.
You just go down one city block in
it's at
New York,
70,000
and you're going to hit hundreds of people.
Yeah, 70,000 sets within that radius.
So I always thought
if he jumped it up to a $1,200 booster or a $1,200 amp, he could hit something like 7 miles. And they said just the catastrophe, literally this, nuts.
But what I don't understand, I'm sorry, Bob. So what I don't understand, my flat screen TV Samsung is internet enabled. I have the little wireless dongle on the back. But if your TV is not hooked up to the Wi-Fi or internet, how is he taking control of it?
Well, because it still accepts an RF signal from your remote.
But what can it do if the TV itself is not connected to anything? What could he do? Just change my channel?
Yeah, I mean, at that point, if it's not connected to anything, yeah.
Okay.
Turn it off. Put it on the no.
Put it on the naked channel.
Yeah, exactly. See, I always thought the YouTube videos were funny.
Yeah, damn it, Jeff, stop! It's not me. I swear to God.
I'm pounding on.
The guys that took over baby monitors with ham radios or cordless phones. I always thought those videos were hilarious. These now, if he could get videos of these should be absolutely a riot. Turn off the TV and the guy gets up off the couch and starts yelling,
and then turn it back on. And then turn it off, and then turn it back on.
I would love to do that to Bob.
That's the only practical excuse to do something like that. Make somebody angry.
Well, but that's what they're concerned about with the internet-connected ones, is that it does. I mean, it basically, and we had talked about...
So it's a way into your Wi-Fi network.
Well, yeah, we had talked about that with Mark, is it's where's your lowest common denominator when it comes to your network security, and those devices basically punch a hole through it.
Then they were throwing spam on the network printers. It's it's they'll figure it out any way to...
Yeah, you're going to just burn through somebody's ink cartridges, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, so
don't you people have better things to do? It's channel your energy into something constructive.
No,
They'll say it's called a life.
Right. Yeah, they don't, and that's part of the problem.
All of our world's problems could be solved if these idiots would just channel their energy and their ingeniousness to something that could be solved.
Well, and probably the same guys that opened the gift store down there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and so somebody is, because there's all this blowback about glass holes. Everybody wearing their Google glasses, and they want them banned from restaurants and all that kind of stuff. And the
glass hole.
So somebody actually found basically the range of MAC addresses that Google Glass will broadcast themselves as from a network ID perspective.
Is this Bob's idea?
Image search diarrhea. Open up 50 tabs. Go.
As you're walking by a guy with Google Glass.
That would actually be funnier. This just jams them.
Oh,
and
raspberry.
Yeah, this is the article we were shooting back and forth. That it essentially nullifies anyone wearing Google Glass.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, it turns off their recording capability, turns off their broadcast capability, turns off everything.
It essentially gives them a tinfoil hat.
Yeah.
You totally missed my raspberry line. I thought it was.
I'm sorry. Did you want to cue that up again?
Jammed. Sorry. Spaceballs.
Not if we jam it. Sorry. But also, that's one of the things there are. There are restaurants that are trying to ban them, and somebody went out and built a good little open source utility that will actually lock them down. Good. So, it seems like a good solution. If you don't want them in your restaurant, you shouldn't be allowed.
It's funny. Remember the time when you first saw Google Glass? I thought that was the most amazing, game-changing thing. It's the coolest thing ever.
It is very cool. I just would never wear one.
I had no idea it was turning into this awful. It's become.
You know what it is? It's the Bluetooth device of this
in the
decade.
Guy's ear.
Yeah.
The only ones going to wear them are carpenters and contractors.
Right. Yeah, we had the insurance guy come out to do the hail damage assessment for our house, and the guy would not take his Bluetooth dongle thing out of his ear the whole time he was up. I'm like, he's up on a roof. I'm like, are you talking to anyone? No. What? Take the damn thing out of your ear.
Yeah. Einstein. So, and then the last one, always one of our favorite topics, and we need to get Mike White back in here to talk about this one again. So, the state of Virginia just shut down both Uber and Lyft.
No, shut them down or sent them a C&D?
Sent them a C&D that said you must cease operations immediately.
Or what happens?
Or we start arresting people.
Really?
Yeah.
Under what?
The entire state of Virginia?
Yep. The DMV.
People's Democratic Socialist Republic of Virginia.
Yeah. No, you know what it is?
You
got 85-year-old senators.
What happened to competition?
Like John Dingell that don't even know what the internets are, making these laws.
There's too much consuming going on in those pipes on the internet. That's what it is. There's too much consuming going on.
You were born in 1922.
Right. Get out of Congress. Go home.
Exactly.
But yes, yet another one that'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
They'll fight. No,
they've both come out and said we're going to continue operating. What I'm curious about is who's going to keep driving the cars, knowing full well and good that they're risking
arrest. It's an intimidation factor.
It's going to be
exactly what it is. It's the strong arm foot of government intimidating them.
No, it's going to be like smoking in bars up north. They use a tip jar,
right?
And if you smoke, you throw in a couple bucks.
That's on the east side too.
Whatever. Right. But they're going to have
Actually, it's like in the suite next door.
Their marketing funds are going to be used to pay for their tickets. It's pretty much, So, hey, we're coming up on a break.
We are.
We're going to be back with the guys from Original Sticks. This is the IT and the D Show.
We will be right back.
IT in the D. Read. Meet. Listen. Networking Detroit. One beer at a time.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
And welcome back. Segment 2, episode 45. The IT and the D Show, brought to you by Falling Down Beer Company here in the Raw Radio X Studios.
I love the way that sounds.
In the Russell Industrial Center in beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. This is Bob, the sales guy, here with Dave the Geek, Jeff the voice of reason. And we got the guys from Original Sticks in the studio. They've been patient with us through segment 1. And we got Pat and Terry here. How you guys doing?
Good.
It's officially, this is the first cowboy hat we've had in the studio that we appreciate, and it's a
Stetson.
We appreciate that. But
it is legit.
Absolutely.
So, I guess, talk to me about originalsticks.com, because, I mean, it is...
With an X.
It's STIX.com, because, I mean, it is a cool thing. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I'm mad you only have iPhone cases now.
I love it. But for the record, I love
many
it.
more versions to come. I mean, we're working on the next
Well, I'm sure, you can actually standardize with iPhone, whereas with Android, there's
You've got
9,000 different phones, right? So... I guess why? Like, what made you wake up and go, you know what, this is going to, because I think it's a cool idea. What made you decide it was a cool idea to go into business with?
Well, I just thought, going through college, I saw, one time I saw a beer pong table made out of hockey sticks, and I just thought that was cool. Other products that I've seen growing up that were made out of repurposed materials, Pure Detroit sells a seatbelt buckle that they turn into just a belt buckle for your pants. So, when comparing things like that to what's usually available, I guess in this case, regular belts or regular tables.
Right.
The whole authenticity of it is kind of what stood out. So when I thought about it in a phone case application, you can go into the Joe, and they have the Red Wings phone cases. Most of them, pretty much all of them, are just mass-produced, pieces of rubber with the Red Wings logo stamped on it, made halfway across the world by some guy who has no clue what hockey is.
Yeah.
So, and this is Hockey Town. So, there's a genuine desire on people's parts to connect with their sport, and the fact that these sticks actually, come out of play and have been handled by actual players, whether it be collegiate or whether it be NHL or whether it be a high school team for that matter.
So I was reading through on the site. So it's I completely misunderstood the first time around when I was looking through it. I was thinking Original Six. And so I was like, oh, you guys are going to kill on New York Rangers sticks right now. But no, so I mean, it is all different levels of play. And it's so how did that work? Like working out the deals with the various teams and that kind of stuff. Is it just like
you don't have to. The beauty of the whole thing is that these sticks, once they're sold and once they come out into the world, into the teams, this is basically disposed of material after the game. The average player breaks 4 sticks a game with the new carbon fiber sticks, and the fact is they were going into landfills. So it's an opportunity to do remanufacturing or repurposing, and let people connect with their town, their team, the sport that they love. So you pull your phone out 100 times a day, and you identify with your tribe, and this being Hockey Town, this being Detroit, and us absolutely being crazy about the Wings, but you go to other towns. I mean, just the reaction on the West Coast, where hockey is really, really starting to gain a lot of ground. We're getting just kind of a groundswell from people that just they want the colors of their teams.
Interesting.
So can people request if it came from a Wings game or not, or is that even not an option?
Right now it's not. It's in the works down the road to talk, and out of respect for teams and things, that'll probably have to be worked out with the various teams.
I could see people paying a huge premium of saying, hey, this came out, I'm not going to tell you what player because we don't know.
Yeah.
But, hey, this came from the Wings whatever game.
Well, the really cool part about it is the stick's removed from the phone case. So we think there's an opportunity for fans to be able to have their sticks autographed.
Yeah, to swap it out. So that was my question. So I'm holding one of your cases in a case that it would be on a shelf. So
it's very meta.
Very meta, exactly. so it's essentially your product is essentially the rubber iPhone frame case that got your logo on it, and then that actually encloses and holds the actual hockey stick in place to protect the phone itself.
Correct.
So your point about somebody buying this one, and all these are randomized, right?
Yeah.
So you're buying one of these off the shelf. You have no idea.
People can trade sticks. They could
actually swap out the different individual parts of the case itself.
Correct.
Exactly.
See?
That's very cool. So to your point, Bob, about having, if you noticed that this was of a particular team or logo or whatever, you could swap it out and not destroy the case, not destroy the iPhone case itself.
Right.
Well, and you would think being sticks, they're going to be a little bit harder, and so
a little more rugged.
Well, and they'll provide more protection for the phone.
They do provide pretty good protection. They're rubber coated on the back to protect the back face of the phone, but they actually offer quite a bit of shock absorption on the phone. So, and we're working with Cast Community here in Detroit. They're
Okay.
a part of the production side of this. So
Yeah, so I was going to ask, local, like manufacturing and all that kind of stuff.
It's all 100% Detroit. So we're, the whole mantra of this is, hey, look, we have an opportunity to reuse material that would end up in a dumpster somewhere. Okay, let people connect with their sport. Connect with one another, connect with players, and just all the way around, just have a chance to be. We all identify with what we call a tribe, right?
Yep.
I mean, everybody wants to feel a way to display that, and even if you're in a work setting,
Wait, we can still say that even with all the crap with the Washington Redskins going on, right?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
No, because the logo's a potato, so it's okay.
Right, yeah.
Well, hey, I'm an Eastern Michigan guy, and it was Hurons back when I was there.
Right.
Yeah.
They got to change the name of the lake, too, now, don't they? so goofy.
So with the iPhone, this is an iPhone 5S case, and this is like 4.5, 5 inches, whatever it is. And
Yeah.
how many of these cases can you get from one stick? Is this two pieces from
it depends
from one side of a stick, or is it totally randomized?
It's one side, but it depends where it's broken.
Yeah, I was going to say it would have to descend on where it's
okay.
Again, we're dealing with recycled material, basically.
Okay,
So
it's catch can, really.
Yeah.
And are you doing anything to the back side of the piece, or is this how it is actually on the inside of the stick?
We spray a protective layer.
Okay,
on the
so you're not
back
actually
side,
going to scratch the
so
phone
it doesn't
itself.
scratch your phone up. Yeah,
very cool.
So how many, I guess, what do they retail for? Like where can people get their hands on them?
I was just going to ask that.
Yeah.
They retail for $44. So people can order them on originalsticks.com.
Okay.
And then we're starting to really get into a lot of hockey stores right now. So a lot of the pro shops that are located inside hockey arenas. We've got a couple lined up in Metro Detroit. Our first store is called Mitten Sports in Farmington.
Okay.
And
I actually saw you tweeted out about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Say Troy Sports would be a no-brainer. The hockey complex there.
Yeah, in 16.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been, that's part of a bigger chain. So the obstacle there, and this is something we're actually in discussions with. Is the obstacle with a lot of the chains is you have to go through their headquarters. So the one inside Troy
Gotta
Sports,
go up to corporate.
So as of now, we've got just the one in Farmington, and then we've got two locations. MJS skate sharpening in Barrie, Ontario. They've got two locations.
That's very cool.
It's pretty quick
Guys.
it's pretty amazing how quickly we went international.
The price isn't that bad because I bought a waterproof case for a buddy of mine. It was kind of an inside joke. That thing was $80. So I mean,
what was it, Charles?
Yeah. Phone happened to go in the toilet, so I bought that for his birthday.
Well, and we're making it all stateside, so
that's even cooler.
A lot of the things that we compete against are hammered out in China.
Yeah,
and no disrespect to China, but we're Detroit boys, and a lot of the
and
the
it's
whole
a good story to tell.
Yeah,
don't tell that story on Shark Tank because they'll crucify you, right? I mean, that's the whole thing.
Yeah, but I think there's a groundswell in this country of hey, let's do the right thing.
Local
again.
labor.
Yeah. Let's put folks back to work in our own backyard and be part of our community. So,
once you get big enough, they're going to give backlash like. With Shinola, those hockey sticks weren't made in Detroit. You're not Detroit enough.
Yeah,
you need
to have hockey. You need to cut up hockey sticks that were manufactured in Detroit.
Yeah, that's sadly that's almost inevitable.
Yeah. Actually, though, I think most of them
don't have a comment form on your
made
website.
Stateside, believe it or not.
No, actually, a lot of them are.
Yeah.
So, all right, so they're available on the website. So, I guess what's next? I mean, have you guys already thought beyond? Okay, so hockey sticks. Cool. Have you started looking at baseball bats? Have you started looking at anything else like that?
We're gonna stay the course on hockey sticks until we get it rolled out across all the models that people have expressed a desire, and it is a beginning business and kind of a cool story, kind of a groundswell story. So we want to we always say we want to see if the dog will eat the dog food at this point. We know there's a lot of people that absolutely love, hockey in this town.
Yeah.
So it's a perfect place to start with. There's a cool story because it's giving back to the community kind of to do the production side of it, and it's putting a lot of folks back to work. So we want to follow this one as far as we can take it.
That makes perfect sense. And I mean, and realistically, I mean, you've got a lot of guys that live in the area that aren't doing a whole lot these days. Like, I mean, have you looked into, like talking with, McCarty or,
I was going to joke. I you talking about Darryl McCarty?
No, but some of those guys that are still floating around that are,
the equivalent of a 80s B actor.
Well, I mean, yeah, but they're looking for stuff to do, and they do stuff like that.
But it's a cool point because you look at a lot of the retailers, even some of the bigger box retailers, and they do make an effort to bring players and former players in to connect with. I think people really want to, reconnect not only with their sport, but with their town.
I mean, Cicerelli's local. He's still, he's got the bars now and all that.
Yeah. Oh, God, we talked to him all the day. Yeah, God, you ought to have this stuff in his bars.
Yeah.
That's not a bad point.
Once again, modifying a business plan.
They come on our show and we help them sell.
That's what I like this.
Isn't that how this usually works?
I'll connect you with this guy.
See, I've passed this building for years and wondered what the heck goes on over there. I see cars going in and out.
Business.
That one's free. Come back next week.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When you hear Uber launch Uber Classic right before the Woodward Dream Cruise, that's when we'll get mad.
Oh no, our thing now is what is it? If you put in coupon code IT in the D, you get 10% off. Can we make that happen?
With these guys?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, let's do it. We'll do free shipping.
There you go. Done. Sold. Perfect.
All right.
Yeah, we'll have that ready to go tomorrow.
So no, I mean it is really cool. So just getting into.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot there too.
Yeah, no. So going to nice. So going to the website and checking these out. So is it a random order, or can I say, hey, I want red and white, I want blue,
Terry's been pretty accommodating. He runs the website of this thing, and we delivered one the other day for a kid for his birthday. One of the early production pieces, and he had a request, and if we can do it, oh heck yeah! I mean, this is about connecting with people that are really into hockey, but also connecting with people that are really into Detroit. I mean, a big portion of Terry came to me through Inkwell, through Tom Lasorda and Roger Penske's kind of Shark Tank over there in Birmingham, and it's a really cool story because I think there's a lot of opportunity in this town and in this state. If you connect the right people with the right opportunities, I mean, there's a whole lot of folks out there who really want to do something and follow their dream.
Yep.
And just getting them the traction to start. And, normally, I mean, I work for Osiris, and we do a lot of industrialization and a lot of heavy engineering in the Detroit area, and we've been around for quite a while. But connecting with some of these startups, and we actually partnered with Original Sticks, and we're all partnered up on this particular one, but it gets my blood flowing too. I mean, when you get a chance to get up in the morning and do something that you really believe in, that brings value to the community, that's a win. I mean, it's not just about money. It's not just about success. It's about feeling good about what you're doing. Not only in your community, but for other people that are coming up and carrying the torch for the next wave.
So I guess what is, so you said it's all locally manufactured and you're working with all the reclaimed goods. So I mean, is it Terry still slaving away, putting all these things together, cutting these up and doing that stuff? I mean, do you have a couple?
No,
other folks
we're working with Reverend Fowler's folks down there in Cass Community.
Okay,
and I mean they're awesome. I mean, if you get a chance to take a look at what they're doing for the community and what they're doing in people's lives, so. I like to say it's.
I'll be honest. I have no clue. Talk to me.
It's not just remanufacturing product; it's remanufacturing lives. I mean, the Reverend down there, soup to nuts, brings people in that maybe they were addicted, or maybe they were returning vets that are having issues, or they were homeless.
He's putting people to work.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, I call her Mother Teresa in combat boots. She's probably going to kick my butt for saying on the radio. But, I mean, it's just awesome. You meet these folks, and they're passionate about what they're doing. They're very proud about, having an opportunity to work and to kind of earn their way back into things. And it's really cool.
That's very cool.
Makes you feel good.
No, that's awesome. So the website is originalsticks.com. It's STIX.com. Facebook, Twitter.
Yep, we're on Twitter, Instagram. Those are Original Sticks. And then Facebook is Original Sticks Cases.
Okay.
Some guy overseas had Original Sticks already.
Some guy in China. Damn him.
Probably.
Yeah. So and what so what's out there? I mean, so like where again? I mean, obviously, I mean we did horrible radio, but we can sit here and talk about the case and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, I went out and cruised around. So I mean, you've got all the product descriptions, photos, all that kind of fun stuff. What else is out there for people to go take a look at?
Yeah, so basically the way we're setting it up is, pretty soon after, probably towards the end of the month, we're going to have replacement stick panels available on our website because, like we mentioned, we try to accommodate everybody's order, but, if there isn't something that we have readily available, we'll just send out the 2 assorted sticks with your case. So we're going to make the replacement stick panels for $12 for a 2-pack available. Okay. So if you don't get what you wanted, you can go onto our website and order a 2-pack of your favorite manufacturer, favorite stick model,
or even a different color.
Yeah, different color.
It'll let people get autographs if they want, or maybe change things up.
That way, you don't have to spend $44 for an entirely new case. You can just swap them out and just keep the outer frame, and
that's
good to go.
To me, I mean, that's where getting somebody like McCarty or any of those other local guys.
Yeah.
Like you got the baseball cards. Hey, find the autographed card in one of these 800 packs you have to buy to go through.
Well, and you can't pull your baseball card out or your hockey card out and show somebody, right?
Right.
But you pull your phone out every day.
Yeah.
So it's a chance.
At
You
least
look
without
across the
getting
room,
laughed
you
at.
see another you see another hockey fan. There's a lot of guys that play pickup hockey in this town. There's a lot of ex-players that are still very involved at the kid level. And Terry talked about going to one of the tournaments where there were just tons and tons of kids teams, and one kid comes up and looks at it, and the next thing you know,
there's 80.
You got a whole table of 80 kids, and they all got phones.
And
it's
they all
an
got parents with credit cards.
God bless Hockey Town.
That's like dangling ice cream cones in front of 8-year-olds, like rotten.
So I know we kind of covered this. Like Dave asked a question, like what's next. But have you ever thought about iPad Mini? Like, have you actually had requests for that?
Yeah,
because that would be actually like 2 or 3 sticks put together,
Well, and that's one of the things that's on the site is we're doing it's iPhone 5 now. If you have a different model you want us to see, want to see us do, give us the specs and
But the intention of the site is not to be the guys from the factory. It's to be more interactive, so people can talk about what they like, what they'd like to see. Stay connected with the folks that are doing this. Give them a chance to vote on. Okay, guys, what do we do next?
You're developing a community.
Yeah. It's
Very
about
cool.
It's about the tribe.
I mean, that's a problem with iPhone as it is with Android, though. They have the iPad and they have the iPad Air, which is 1 centimeter, lighter, or one, But they change every 6 months.
They do.
I guess it's good for you, right?
It's planned obsolescence,
or it's a nightmare.
Exactly.
I mean, we were talking on the break that there's a new model coming out in the fall, and you guys are case manufacturer. You may or may not be privy to the new sizes that Apple's going to be releasing, and it could be a nightmare. You could be going on a production line for 6 months and be completely wrong.
Absolutely. I've read some horror stories from the iPhone 4. It was a 2-3 page long article online. About a case manufacturer who kind of hedges bets on a Chinese supplier telling him, hey, the iPhone 4S, before the iPhone 4S came out, they were telling him,
hey, it's going to be this measurement.
Yeah, so they actually said it was going to be called the iPhone 5, and, this guy invests $50,000 into he puts $50,000 into production, and the day rolls around, Steve Jobs, has his big keynote address, and he unrolls it, and it's the same dimensions, and he's out $50,000. Meanwhile, all the people who had the patience to wait, they just have their guys going out to the store that day to buy it, go home, scan it in, start developing something, and you might have something out 3-4 weeks after the fact, but you're going to do it right.
Exactly.
Whereas, maybe half the time these manufacturers will get it right. They'll get lucky and get these dimensions right and have something out, but we're not gonna try and
you're not gonna chase that squirrel.
No, you don't need to be bleeding edge, because you're still gonna have there are still plenty of people that are using that are carrying the iPhone 4. So even when
I've got one.
yes, even when 6 comes out, there's still gonna be plenty of people with 5.
That's why I think the whole replacement stick part is genius. Having that as an aftermarket or a secondary sale or whatever you classify that as, that's perfect.
Well, and that's where it's really cool that Osiris, our parent company, has paired up with Original Sticks,
right?
Because our specialty is doing tools in Detroit quickly. So we're really good at, fast reaction time, just in time kind of stuff. And so by pairing a smaller company with a company that specializes in industrialization, you then get the opportunity to have all the advantages that we have technically.
Sure.
We're fully CATIA. We can do all stereo litho. I mean, we're working at the very edge of the technology that's out there right now to get a small company into production faster without spending just a ton of money.
Right.
Yeah, you've got all the equipment right there.
Yeah.
Spaceballs helmets. I'm telling you. We should talk to them.
We do still need those.
Spaceballs helmets.
Absolutely. We'll talk offline.
But when they turn the mic on and the camera on, can they see you in the Spaceballs helmet?
Absolutely.
When will then be now?
Soon.
There's a facial recognition nightmare.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by assholes.
We are coming up on a break. You can catch these guys at originalstickswithanx.com. And appreciate, you guys hanging out.
I'm sure we'll double back with them.
Dive back in, but this is the IT and the D show.
We'll be right back.
IT and the D. Read, meet, listen. Networking Detroit. One beer at a time.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D show.
And we are back, segment 3, episode 45. IT and the D show, brought to you by Falling Down Beer Company. He's sitting here in the Raw Radio X studios. Russell Industrial Center. Beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. I thought you were trying to say something. You completely locked me.
Well, we're all looking at
if you're going to be talking like that, we need this in the background.
What is that?
What is that? Get out. Seriously, get out. You don't know what this is?
This is Airwolf?
Yes.
What does the Airwolf have to do with this?
Ernest Borgnine.
I don't even know. What was his...
Sorry.
I don't even know. What did he do on that show anyway?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the third segment.
At least I got it. It took me a minute.
Who has Airwolf loaded on their phone ahead of time for this stuff?
Apparently Dave does.
That would be us.
Yeah.
When I used to have Knight Rider as my
Your
ringtone, and then the movie Ted came out, Mark Wahlberg's phone goes off, and it's Knight Rider, and I go grab my phone, and I go, no one's calling. I go, it's on the TV, and I go, that's awesome. Like, instant favorite movie.
You're a trendsetter.
And then they had Flash Gordon on there. And I'm like, best movie ever.
Yeah.
Should have gave me writing credits. So, hey,
are we still talking?
Yeah, exactly. Davina, we got Davina in the house. We're actually going to talk about something productive for once on the show.
IT jobs.
Yeah.
Go figure.
You're at DISYS.
I am.
What was
How's
that again,
things
Bob?
going? DISYS.
Things are going actually very well. Started with the company at the end of March. And we actually I work together actually with the Houston team. So I work on I work on positions in Houston and also in Detroit.
We don't care about Houston here.
Well, obviously,
Planet Houston.
But, still got to say hello to everybody out of Houston who's listening.
IT and the H. Can we start that?
No.
So what's the job market like? I mean, we always joke that .NET and mobile app dev, is that still boding true that's the impossible ones to find? Because I know a lot of the people that are doing classes are starting to ramp up for .NET. I mean, I'm just waiting for when there's a saturation point. Is it still as in demand as it always was?
Right now on my front, no.
Really?
Yeah. We've got some of the harder things to look for. I'm looking for IBM web message developers.
Really?
Yes. And Gomez. Gomez and Splunk. Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. We're starting to also look for web content, digital writers. They're getting more into what else have we done in the past. Right now we're doing there's a huge SAP implementation that's going on. Which is really great for the SAP world. So that's going to vamp up. So anybody who's got any experience with SAP, we could use them right now.
Okay. So I guess I know you're relatively new, and I don't want to put you on the spot.
No, you're
but
good.
So what? A little bit about DISYS. I mean, so obviously they've got locations in multiple states.
Yes.
What? Any of the background history?
Sure. So
it is DISYS.com, just in case. Yeah.
Correct. So it started.
You're in my office. You're in the 2000 Town Center.
I am.
I'm on 400.
I'm okay.
Yeah, never mind.
You're never there.
I know I'm not never there, but it's
your
still
office
my office.
is in your house.
It's still my office.
So when you actually go into the office, give me a call. We'll go for lunch.
Sold.
All right, which is going to be never anyway.
So your phone will never ring.
Exactly.
Where's that Crickets app?
So this company actually started in 1994. Two people actually started it in someone's garage. It's actually two guys.
As every good company should.
Right.
Absolutely.
Actually, one of the owners of the company went to Harvard.
I think it's become a cliche. If you just write it on a bar napkin. Oh, we started in the garage. Right.
No, but they seriously did.
Didn't we start in a garage?
No, we were bar napkin.
Well, that's right.
We started this on a bar napkin.
Notebook.
Exactly.
Anyway.
So we're in 20 different states.
Okay.
Detroit is the smaller one. We're not even really a blimp right now on the DISYS map. So part of the reason why I'm here tonight is just kind of get DISYS' name a little bit out there and, let people know that, hey, there is another recruiting firm in town that's been around for 3 years that's just starting to grow because they just got the go-ahead to bring on a Detroit recruiter. So
okay. No, very cool. So, and you're looking for some of the harder, out of the way places. I mean, are you guys in a hardcore, heavy, active recruiting mode right now? Then for gigs?
It's starting to slow down due to the fact that it is summer. Everybody's doing vacations.
Right.
School is just finishing. So we should see. We're seeing a big spike right now with that SAP implementation that we're doing. Other than that, it's pretty slow right now. And right now, we're looking for 5 SAP project managers. So
when the gig's out on the website, go look for them there?
Yep.
Okay.
They can either, they should be posted on DISYS.
Are you posting them on our on our group page on LinkedIn too, or no?
No. I actually push them through Bullhorn Reach.
Okay.
So it gets out, but even if you guys find me, just, Davina.Bay, BEH, you'll find me. Even if you just Google my name, you'll find, it's pretty easy to find me online for those types of things when it comes to I don't mean it like that.
I was hesitating on the bell, but Bob actually hit it.
No, that's good. Anyways.
Wait, don't Google me. Wait.
I mean, professionally.
That is BEH.
Right.
Professionally, you can find me online properly.
How about?
Yeah, professionally.
Yeah, he's going for the bell again.
I know.
She's walking around.
I know. I walk right into it every single time. So. But yeah, so great team. It's just 2 of us in the office. It's Mark Johnson and myself, and we're just 2 people in a very, very actually small office, smaller than what we're in right now. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think that was possible.
Oh yeah, it's possible.
They probably have air though.
Yeah. It's half the size of this. So Anyways.
So, but I'm guessing. So, what do you do versus what Mark does out here?
I find the candidates while he obviously.
Just sits there. No.
He's the account manager. So.
So he's out finding the recs that need to get filled.
Yeah.
Gotcha, that kind of stuff. So, not that we're looking for a book of clients. But what sort of companies are people going to get hooked into if they wind up coming to you? Because that is always one of the questions that gets asked.
Our main client is DTE.
Okay.
If you know Mark has been doing business with them for 15 years.
Yeah.
And so it's if you want a great place to work, everybody loves working there, and the good portion about it is that you end up being a contractor there. 95% of their full-time staff is actually contractors that got hired in. So they are true to the word. Yes, you do end up being on contract. Maybe it's a little bit longer than what you expected, but when it's time you will be given papers unless you do a really crappy job and they walk you off.
Right. Which does happen every now and then.
Yes, exactly.
So, I mean, is that the majority of what you're looking at? That is the whole contract to hire as opposed to direct placement or just forever contracting positions?
We've just landed a new contract with actually one of the automotive suppliers. So that's just a brand new position, and this position that we're looking for, the SAP FICO position, has been out already 3 times. So it's just a straight contract position, but really for the trend here that I've seen, it's mostly either just contract or contract to hire positions. I don't really recruit on direct hire. It can happen, but it's a very slim to nil chance for the fact that everybody wants to test out their test the
get
car
a test
out,
drive, yeah,
before they officially buy.
No, and it happens quite frequently. It totally makes sense. So I guess just on a random note, I mean, like you just took this gig not too long ago, so you've got perspectives from a couple different companies now. What are you seeing in the market that people ought to be aware of, just from a finding a gig, dealing with recruiters, that kind of perspective? Because I mean, we always see people shooting themselves in the foot 9 times out of 10, and that's what tends to be the problem.
Come prepared for interviews.
Which means
dressing professionally. If you're a man, wear a suit and a tie, and please wear proper shoes.
Who doesn't?
Oh,
no,
are you kidding?
No checkerboard Vans.
No.
You don't get it, man.
Unless you know everybody in the office and it's a formality at that point.
So there is a top 10 list of horror stories of worst case scenario candidate situations.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Even a web content digital writer. Okay. Hello. Why wouldn't you bring your portfolio with you?
That would seem like a very basic point. Yeah.
This person didn't show up with their portfolio. Didn't show up with their resume. Nothing.
It's a cliche for a reason. Common sense isn't so common.
No, and we actually explained to this person before they went, make sure you bring all these types of things. Never happened.
Well, and I mean, that's, God, how many times have we had this conversation with Shifting Gears and everybody else where, for the love of God, listen to the people that are actually trying to help you, or the people that you're talking to, because it's not like you don't want them to get the job,
right?
Because you get paid,
right,
if they get the job. So it's not like you're going to deliberately give them bad advice.
The other
even
thing
if they don't get the job, it's still good advice,
right?
And the other thing too for me is rewriting your resume, guys. If I tell you, okay, here's a project management position, here's a PMO position. You have 2 words in your resume that state PMO. Please add a little bit more information about your PMO experience.
Just don't hope for the keyword search.
Right, exactly. And then all of a sudden they only add one extra thing, or even somebody who went for a mobile analyst analytics position, put in one sentence about digital mobile.
Well, and we've had that conversation, whether it's the, yes, we get it. You understand that it's JSP. That doesn't mean that the sourcer is searching on JSP. They might be searching on Java server pages. Amplify your resume, especially the blind ones, for the love of God. And
this is what I tell everybody. Act like you're giving your resume to your next door neighbor who has no idea what you do, and you need to explain to them in layman's terms exactly what you do.
Yeah, my next door neighbor actually has no idea what I do, which works out well because I have no idea how the hell he does what he does with cement. So,
but that's what I'm saying, and that's how I explain it to people. Some people, take it literally. Other people go, "You can run with the resume that's on there. I'm perfectly fine." I'm like, "Okay, shows me how much you're actually interested."
We meet people at every event, and like, what do you do? Well, I kind of do some stuff with Windows, and I kind of do some Linux, and it's like, what do you do? And it takes 6 questions,
right?
And I think everyone wants to be everything to everybody because they don't want to lose an opportunity,
right?
And but at the same token, if you don't know who the hell you are, how do you expect to get hired,
right? Yeah, and the other thing is, know your skill set, know what you've got to offer, and also don't be afraid to talk to recruiters about salary. That's another thing that gets me talking to them about hourly wages.
Why wouldn't you?
I've had some candidates that told me they're not comfortable talking about an hourly wage with me.
With you or with
just-
with your client?
No, just before we end up submitting, they're like, I don't want to talk about it with you. I'm not comfortable. And I'm like, well,
then that conversation would be how much would $1 an hour be okay?
Right, and that's how I end up playing the game. I end up playing the game, but the other thing is, guys, don't be chicken to talk about it because
Well, and you get that I'm not going to submit you if I don't know what it's going to cost.
Right.
If you get the gig, because that's the worst thing in the world from your perspective is for them to actually go out on the interview. Client loves them, life's awesome. They come back. Oh yeah, we're going to pay them this. Yeah, I was really thinking like that plus 50.
Well, and a lot of times, a lot of the OEMs, you only get one chance at the submission.
Oh yeah,
you can't resubmit. One and done, and that's sorry, you're locked into that rate, and all of a sudden your margin is out the window.
Yeah. Unbelievable. God, how many blogs do we have, or how many entries do we have to write about?
I can tell you, there's 638.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I just did it back in March. I'm well aware. That's why it didn't surprise me when you were complaining about all the thumbnail regeneration, because that took about 4 or 5 hours.
4.5 hours.
We'd have a lot of friggin' photos and images, and not. Sorry, because I tend to embed 4 or 5 per post.
I noticed.
Sorry,
it's only 7 years of content.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, go figure.
Right.
So but what else do you want to get out there about DISYS or about what you're looking for or anything that you've got going on?
Right now we're just, it was more or less just to come and just let you know that, hey, DISYS is here. We're not going anywhere. We're looking to either add more clients if anybody, wants to come talk to us who needs, a new recruiting perspective on their positions, or even candidates who are sick of their job and just want to talk to us. I am around the corner. My phone's always on. I'm always willing to meet for lunches or coffees or things like this. We're actually encouraged to meet with our candidates now.
Really?
Yeah.
That's news?
Well, other places it wasn't so encouraged to do it. They encourage you completely. And
why would you be discouraged?
Well,
that doesn't make any sense.
Well, but that's one of the things we've heard about that from heard that about our events from day one is, oh my God, I actually get a face to face.
Yeah,
right.
I can see what this person's going to be like when they actually show up, as opposed to
right.
It's all about the relationship. How do you get one over the
right, but
900 numbers.
Oh.
Really?
For me, for the last like 3.5 years, nobody's ever taught me to go meet a candidate. It's just more or less, hey, pick up the phone, and that's all you're doing is you're just...
Well, no, we've been telling you to come to our event.
And I do come to your event. But what I'm saying is
you
above and beyond the event.
You post an available position, and boom, you get bombarded with 76,000 million resumes.
Yeah, exactly. So...
that's the thing that drives me bonkers. I subscribe to a couple jobs message boards, and just to see what's going on, just to get the pulse. And they're like, "I've submitted 500 resumes and I've only got one callback." And then you tell them
you're going to the wrong position.
Well, they tell them you're doing it wrong.
What are you doing wrong?
Yeah.
You're just submitting resumes.
You're firing an arrow into the dark. What do you expect?
Yeah.
You just clickety-clicking all day, and that's not how you do it no more.
Well, that's the whole 10 commandments of job search. That's part of the shtick. Yes, it's nice and everything to fire off resumes, but no, go hop on LinkedIn, go hop on Facebook, get the hell out of your house, and go actually meet and talk with people.
Yeah.
Because that's how things are actually going to get done for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess that kind of surprises me a little bit.
Well,
it is what it is.
Yeah, and it's all just came down to the company I worked for.
Yeah.
This company, hey,
different
get out of the
philosophies.
office.
Yeah.
I like their philosophy. I like the way that they do business. Can some things be changed? Absolutely. And
especially if the alternative is being trapped in a tiny office with Mark.
Yeah. Who's always grumpy.
I'm not gonna lie, that would be my biggest nightmare ever.
Sitting in a cube,
trapped in an office. No, with a girl.
In a cube.
That would it would not.
Well, there's no room for a cube.
No, there's not.
If the room's half the size of this room, where would you put a cube?
No, it's 2 open tables.
Yeah.
It's perfectly fine. It's a great little office, and
So when you say get out of the office and actually go, in network, you don't actually have an office to get out of.
no, technically I don't. But the good thing is, so on my floor, I've got accountants, I've got Eltran, I've got some mobile developers.
It's like you're a co-working space.
Yeah, it's it's exactly what
That's
it is.
hilarious. Running a staffing company right out of bamboo. That's outstanding.
It wouldn't be the first time.
No, it wouldn't be. All right, so the site is DISYS.com. Correct. All the gigs and positions are out there. And how do people find you if they want to talk to you about stuff?
You can either email me directly. So it's Davina, DAVINA .BEH@DISYS.com. Not a huge, Bob, not the huge email address anymore.
No, I missed that one.
Oh, yeah. It's at DISYS, DISYS.com.
And no hyphen, silent K, umlaut.
.co?
Yeah, no, none of that.
Yeah, the other company, her email address never ended.
Yeah.
.construction, whatever.
So, yeah.
You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Bullhorn Reach.
Okay.
So I'm everywhere, and if you, in case anybody missed that, you can reach out to Dave, Bob, or Jeff, and they'll get you in touch with me also.
Yeah. We'll have all the links and everything on the site when we shoot out the recap, or we won't. You never know. All right, Bob, do your thing.
Well, this is the IT in the D show.
We'll be right back.
IT in the D. Read, meet, listen. Networking Detroit. One beer at a time. This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D show.
Just talking about?
And we are back, segment 4, episode 45 here in the IT in the D show, brought to you by Falling Down Beer Company.
That was
fantastic. Here in the Raw
Terry.
Radio X Studios, Russell Industrial Center.
Paul, your ears must have been burning. We were actually just talking about who you are and what you do, and he actually just posted a nice little summary on our Facebook page of who he is and what he does. So,
So Pat had to leave us. He had to go feed horses, and
so it's actually a legit cowboy hat,
right? Well, we go to the break. He stands up, puts his hat on, and says, "Guys, I'm out of here. I got to go feed my horses." I'm like, alrighty then.
And again, why are we never recording during the break? Because that would have been the best.
That would have been the best drop ever.
And I took him for his word too. Like, no, you're kidding. No, I believe you. Like,
he's wearing cowboy boots and a hat. I'm not going to question his.
Yeah, because odds are better than good. There might be a 6-shooter in there somewhere. So yeah, not a bad show so far. So just the things I wanted to make sure we doubled back on to hit. So there is the Falling Down event on Sunday over at the beer company over there at the brewery. It's $35. It is 5 courses of food, 6 courses of beer. Sounds like we're queuing up for the noon show or the noon feast, feeding, drinking.
I gotta see how my dad's feeling. He's getting knee surgery, I think, on Monday, so I don't know if he'll feel like going.
Numb him up.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's Falling Down beer. It'll numb him up.
Right, exactly.
Nice.
We've got our event next Thursday night over at the Daily Post. Used to be the Post Novi.
Can't wait.
It's going to be good to
I
get
wonder what
back
their
there.
sunroom looks like, because remember, that was like my favorite room of any bar
honestly, he
ever.
said that's the one thing they didn't touch. They gutted the bar side.
Yeah.
And completely redid that, but
I don't
they
even
didn't
want
touch
to
the
be
guard
inside. I
room.
want to be in the sunroom.
Yeah.
Well, you know why? They had concrete bar. Like,
solid.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going
No
to...
pun intended. But
Right,
yeah.
right.
Let's just hope they open the freaking windows this time.
Oh, remember that one event? It was 300 degrees
It was like
in there?
900 degrees.
Oh,
yeah.
that sucked so bad.
Oh, yeah, no, he's already said that if it's going to be nice out, they're going to go ahead and throw the garage doors open and open all the walls and have a good time. So
Perfect.
Should be solid.
And Jeff's enjoying his new original Sticks case.
Exactly. The one time being an iPhone guy actually paid off.
It actually
for you
paid off,
instead of catching crap from us.
Before he left, he actually gave me the case that we were talking about earlier today. So it's very nice, very cool. I got it on my phone. My phone was naked before tonight, so it's nice. Very cool.
Yeah, but see, how are you going to take a picture of your case with your phone when your case is on your phone?
Yeah, it'll be very meta. Yeah.
I'll do it.
You can't Instagram your phone case when the case is on your phone. Yeah.
I had to buy all these dummies. I was sitting there.
Yeah, when you first got here, you passed around. I'm like, wow, that's really a light phone. Is that the new 6? I'm like, why is it so light? And he's like, that's plastic.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, this is the greatest phone I've ever seen in my life. Why don't I have it? Oh, it's not actually.
It's like the
phone.
demo at Walmart. It doesn't turn on.
Right.
Yeah, I came home with the first case. I came home with the first case we ever had, and I was ready to share it online. And I sit down. I'm all excited. I'm like, wait.
How do I take a picture of it?
Nice job.
How do I take a picture of this thing? So
now, where do you buy fake iPhones?
That unfortunately we have to outsource to China.
Is it the same place where you buy the fake pennies that cost more than real pennies?
No, like, do you ever go like furniture shopping and they have like fake flat screens? Like, who makes those? Like,
out of cardboard?
Well,
yeah.
Right, yeah.
Well, in China,
this is a market for this?
In China, they actually have an entire fake Apple store with fake Apple products, and people shop there, thinking that it's the real thing.
Blasphemy! Not fake Apple.
No, that's not the point. The point is the fact that it's.
I
fake.
thought you were outraged.
No, I don't care. I think it's hilarious.
Oh yeah, they have fake malls.
Fake malls. What are they pretending to be?
No, every store in there sells fake stuff. It doesn't just end at the fake Apple.
Wow.
So I came home.
Isn't that just called Chinatown?
You know what I never understood though? Here we are, stupid Americans going, hey, yeah, we'll manufacture it for cheap. Just send us all your blueprints and plans. And then they go, oh, we're going to make it too. So what are you going to do about it? Like, didn't somebody think about that?
Oh yeah, well it happens. Well, how many of you've seen all the whether it's God, who was it? I want to say Chevy. Don't quote me on that.
Chevy.
Yeah, where they were basically rolling fake Chevys off a line like
God.
6 months after they were in. It is what it is.
Cisco and Huawei went through that. Huawei comes out with switches and routers, and it's the same CLI as Cisco. It's the same config on the box. Like what? We didn't do anything, and that thing went through court. I don't understand how those types of things work.
Yeah.
Because of the patent laws. How do they extend over there? So
They don't.
Yeah, exactly.
That's part of the problem.
Exactly. So why are we sending our damn blueprints over there?
Because we're dumb. Anyway.
Well, what? We'll save a dime? Yeah, send it over there.
Well, that's like everybody, everybody's like, oh, Kaizen and TQM and all that stuff. Oh, it's very Asian, very Japanese. No, it's all based off of books that Henry Ford wrote, but we were too dumb to adopt them here until after the Japanese did.
Right, exactly.
Lean manufacturing, what a novel concept.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it started here in Detroit. So speaking of novel concept, this is another link that we were bouncing around back and forth that kind of made me laugh, where the Secret Service is now going to be monitoring social media, and they said they have the ability to detect
sarcasm,
realness versus sarcasm.
Yeah, okay. I sent this out like, sorry, we're not allowed to joke anymore.
Yeah,
every joke that we do about the NSA is now flagged.
Exactly. We've debunked it by doing this, just by running this show, because our door hasn't gotten kicked in yet.
Well, you don't know because half the doors on this floor have been kicked in.
Right. Exactly.
You just can't tell.
Yeah, you just can't find the right room. We're just scrambling the signal.
Well, you can't put /S anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my sarcastic font broke. Sorry.
I wish it could be a sarcastic font. No, but how do they detect sarcasm?
So stupid.
Who knows? I mean, it's all part of the.
And why? No, hold on. Well, why? What does that have to do with anything? Like, I'm gonna blow up a plane. Just kidding.
JK.
No, but what's the big deal? Well, even if the government's stupid, /S. Like, is it? Hold on.
Were you gonna go off?
No. I don't have. I'm not that fired up about this one. No, but is sarcasm supposed to thwart whatever effort was going on, or is sarcasm supposed to be worse?
Well, you look at the story that came out of Vegas.
You follow
today.
what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, well, the story that came out of Vegas today with the couple that basically blew away 2 cops, and everybody said, "Oh yeah, God, we've been warning you for years about these 2 morons, where they're very anti-government, they're anti-this, they're anti-that, and I guess they laid a "Don't tread on me" flag across one of the cops before they shot him and killed him. But one of the reactions, one of the releases from the police department that's involved was,
I call BS on that, by the way.
You can't tell, like and that's their biggest. What it called BS on what?
that they laid a "Don't tread on me" flag on top of the cops before they shot them. They were sitting at lunch having sandwiches.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but I mean, it's but even after the fact, stupid.
Totally stupid.
Yeah. So and it's that was they were saying that was one of their biggest challenges is how do you tell a real threat versus a sarcastic threat or something that's not really meant. And that was one of the stories. I think it was H2HD. I was watching a really cool show on. They talked about a piece of software that truly, the Secret Service is the only people that have access to it. And it's basically a huge handwriting database and like writing sample database and all that kind of stuff, so that when somebody like sends in a threat to the president or to whoever, they can basically run it through. And they cited an example where like somebody wrote a threat against the governor of California or one of those states out that way. They forwarded a copy over to the Secret Service, and within like 5 minutes they said, here's who wrote it, this is where they live, this is the actual threat profile, go knock on their door, this is where you'll find them.
You've grown up on message boards as much as I have.
Oh, God, yeah.
How many times have you seen someone else go, please kill yourself, after a stupid saying?
Yeah.
Now what he's supposed to... Is that sarcasm?
Hell, look at...
now it's bullying.
Look at any comment thread on a Reddit forum post.
Oh, half of them are kill yourself.
Or any YouTube entry.
Any news site comment thread.
Yeah.
Without Facebook, though, so when you get the pseudonyms, those are the worst.
Oh, no, even those now.
That's why no one uses Google Plus, because they force you to use your real name.
I know.
Oh, that's why. I mean, and that's the best part is you can, like, on, like, whether it's Freep or Det News or any other sites, you can all tell the people have finally clued in. They've all built themselves a fake profile on Facebook, and that's what they're logging in. And
once again, Dave's a trendsetter with his multiple personality profiles.
I try to tell you guys you should get on the bandwagon, but no, you got to mock Dave.
Ain't nobody got the time for that.
Apparently, internet commenters do. Let's see. So
I have a fake FBI guy writing me on LinkedIn right now, listening.
Yeah, exactly. So more fun from the net neutrality front, where apparently Netflix.
What now?
So Netflix and Verizon are getting into a shouting match because Netflix started popping messages up on people's screens that said Verizon's network is too crowded at this time. Your resolution is being modified.
What?
And Verizon's firing back going, there's nothing wrong with our network. You can't prove it. And Netflix is saying, well, no, we're paying you for this guaranteed throughput.
This is
and we're
not going to end
it.
well. This is
this is a bad week because Orange is the New Black. They released all 13 episodes, and people are going binge watching.
People actually watch that stupid show?
Yes.
What do you mean stupid show? You're a stupid show.
I got hooked in. It's actually pretty good.
I watch it also.
Women's prison shows? How is that not awesome?
Well, because there's a brief chance of nudity on the opening episode, and
it's not that brief.
No, it's not.
Although, here's your great in. So, talking about brief nudity. So, there's a new show that's out on Cinemax.
How is that my good?
So, there's a new show that's on Cinemax, and you have to watch it because it's being filmed in Detroit, and you have to support local Detroit cinema.
Which one?
Topless Prophet.
Okay.
And it's all about the guy that runs.
Really? Is this like what was the other one? The Hardcore Pawn?
Essentially, it's the guy that runs like Centerfolds and whatever two other clubs that he runs. Never heard of it.
Senator. I have no recollection of being there, Senator.
But he's the one. Like, apparently, the first episode came out last week, and the whole focus of the episode was he's the guy that had the giant statue erected in his backyard of the middle finger flipping off the neighbor.
Nice.
Because the neighbor was banging his wife.
Yeah.
And so that was the whole point of the first episode. And I guess
I want to find out who constructed that thing, because that thing was monstrous.
Oh, it was yeah. And
Did he sell it to some other lady who?
Oh, he donated it. No, he sold it and gave the profit. Went to charity. It was the heart to heart.
It's going to be next to RoboCop on Jefferson Ave pretty soon.
And we did just have RoboCop Day.
No.
I don't know what was up with that.
It didn't get a whole lot of coverage. Not a whole lot was going on.
Didn't he throw the first pitch out on another losing game?
Yeah.
With the new suit.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Why didn't it do the traditional suit?
Because the new movie got released on Blu-ray.
So it was all about the promotion.
Deathmatch, new suit versus old suit.
Yeah.
I'm taking the old suit all day long.
Well, the stupid statue that they're putting up is the old suit, is it not?
Where is it?
I
Yeah.
Did they put it up?
Isn't it?
And by the way,
they unveiled it.
By the
yeah.
way, I did say stupid statue.
Yeah, it is.
But I didn't see 3,000 pictures of people posing with it on Facebook. It can't be. Is it public yet?
Well, see, I mean, if they were smart, what they should have done is had the guy in the new suit do a selfie standing next to the statue with the old suit.
That would have been sweet.
Exactly. I mean,
eating a pizza at Sapino's.
No, eating a Lafayette Coney Island.
Wearing his Wings jersey.
Right. Right. I mean, make it all Detroit, for Christ's sake.
Look what I'm eating, jealous.
Yeah, so I know they had the unveiling. That was the whole point of the day, but I'll be honest with you, I didn't really follow it closely enough to know where it is.
He didn't throw the ball like 50 cents, so he's not going to be on SportsCenter.
Right.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that?
Yet another good conspiracy theory.
Oh, I love it.
Go.
Do
My
it.
favorite. No, you know how 50 Cent threw that pitch?
So stupid it's
how 50
newsworthy.
Cent threw the pitch into the first baseline or whatever?
Well, but
no, I get it.
If he didn't do that, no one would be talking about him.
Right.
So now they're talking about him ad nauseum on every outlet, every sports town.
And guess who has a new album coming out?
Right.
50 Cent.
You know what? It's absolutely marketing.
But I'm just thinking the guy that said, you know what, Curtis, how about you just launch that thing into the first baseline? Because everyone will talk. Like if there was a mastermind behind that, it boggles my mind that.
I think things like that would fail if there was a plan. I think that he probably had that flash of inspiration like 2 minutes before he was supposed to throw.
He doesn't know he'd be a not top 10 for 3 months. You know, that thing will be on not top 10 for probably 6 months.
That's what I'm saying.
Number
like,
one.
And it'll be on the sports fail videos.
That's what I'm saying. Had he planned to screw up that badly, 1,000,001 people pouring over the video on the internet would call him out saying, "Oh, that was staged. That was staged."
Kind of like LeBron diving.
Oh my god!
I love that
so
LeBroning
awesome.
is a thing.
Can we make those IT and the D T-shirts?
I have cramps. That's LeBroning is the fact.
Did you see the meme I put out there about I can't play in this heat and humidity? Oh, that's nice. And it's a bunch of troops in Afghanistan.
Oh yeah. Well, not only that, but all the ones that have been going on where it's LeBron gets leg cramp, can't play. NHL player
dies on the bench,
breaks leg, continues to skate.
Right, has to be put back in the game. I can't play in this humidity. I'm sorry.
There's no way. I hear the guys
I hate
on sports
basketball.
talk that justify.
Can't stand.
That say it's
punks.
okay. It's like Isaiah Thomas scored 24 points in one quarter with one leg. I don't buy it.
Yeah, Jordan had the flu.
Oh yeah,
and was puking in between.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, and then
and kept his ass on the court.
Oh, I broke my ankle.
Yeah.
No, the fact that they're like 3 guys got to carry him. Like,
it's so ridiculous.
I just wanted to please
grow up.
Somebody tell me the opposing team had like a giant truck with a Midol logo delivered to like their team hotel, because that was my first thought. I'm like,
well, see,
how do you
what I
not?
don't understand is like in pop culture. I mean, we're joking about it. Like, at what point does that whole ego portion of that sport come crashing down upon itself?
It already has.
Has it?
Dead.
Oh yeah, the NBA is
that's so dead.
One of the whole conspiracy theories.
So
about
is the
LA
NBA
Clippers.
is the NBA like falling into the whole WWE, just making fun of itself?
They've been talking about. Think about the Cleveland Cavs got the number 1 pick. What, 4 of the last 5 years, 3 of the last 5 years, and everybody's like, dude, they had like an 8% chance this year. They still get the number 1 pick.
Why?
Because there's it's a payback for LeBron leaving.
Oh.
So they're trying to. There was back in the day. You remember the conspiracy theory that they iced. Was it Patrick Ewing when the Knicks, the '84 draft, and they iced the folder, so when they went in there and felt it was cold. So then the Knicks got the number 1 pick. That crap's been going on. The fix is in. I remember when the Pistons went in the 06-07 series. That they wanted the Spurs to win. So like the game 7, Rasheed Wallace got like 2 quick fouls. Like they've been talking about the fix. And the ref got busted for it.
Yeah, well, I'm not necessarily talking about the fix. I'm just talking about their egos and like the prima donnas, like this whole LeBron thing. I mean, it's so ridiculous. It's so over the top, pathetic. That at one point, as people are going to be like, I'm just going to tune out.
Nobody cares.
It's so stupid.
People are. That's the problem.
Because you think about it, LeBron in essence is a better athlete than Jordan, not a better basketball player. And people kind of don't care. And he's won 3 titles.
Yeah.
And people.
Is it 3 or 2?
He's won 3 so far. People don't care. Like, they really don't. They need this crap with the cramps, and it's like you completely just bastardized what would be kind of an amazing career.
Well, and the interesting one that I was hearing is that it's a lot of this is there's yet another conspiracy theory floating around that they're worried about the LA sports market in general. And so that's why, all the stuff with the Clippers, Sterling, all that fun stuff is coming out.
They can't even hold an NFL team. Nobody goes to those stupid games.
That's part of the problem.
Yeah.
So, but now you've got some controversial calls that are and are not being made in the Stanley Cup Finals. Which, hey, by the way, Detroit hockey's still going on.
No. I'm out on the golf course. What are you talking about?
So you've got the LA Kings, and for what it's worth, if you haven't watched the first two games of the Cup Finals, holy crap, they've both gone to overtime. They've both been insane. It's actually you and I used to joke. I mean, there have been some insane calls.
Mister, I'm not watching hockey anymore. I was watching hockey.
Oh, they pulled me back in.
Oh,
I did. Well, I almost
you have to remember, there's hockey, then there's playoff hockey, then there's finals hockey.
Well, no. Like I didn't watch the playoffs last year, and I didn't watch any of it last year. It's
an entirely different game.
I did. I got pulled back in with the whole Red Wings Bruins thing, and they sucked me right back in, and then whatever. But no, so now you've got all these weird calls that aren't getting made. And LA goes off and comes back and wins the game against the Rangers, and so it's okay. So now you've got all the stuff that was going on with the Clippers. They're out. All right, well let's prop up the Kings and see if that does anything for sports in that area.
They've always done that too with New York. Yeah, I mean New York, LA. That couldn't be any more perfect for. I mean NBA used to always do that to try to get the big market teams to get the TV revenue. I mean, it's such crap.
But nobody cares because, hockey should not be played where ice does not occur naturally.
Thank you.
Kings 3-0 tonight.
Yep. Really?
Yep.
You can't fake that. I'm just saying.
Well, the Rangers have been up 2-0 in both the first games.
I have no idea. I'm on the golf course. I don't know.
They were.
Yeah, I mean it's been interesting going through, to say the least.
Next,
what else we got going on? So we've got now interesting one that came out was now there's apparently they interviewed somebody or a leak came out from high up in the KGB where basically
that's still a thing.
Well, yeah, where they basically
isn't it the FSB now?
Yeah, whatever. They tricked Snowden.
How do I know that?
You read Tom Clancy. They
He's right, I do.
So no, but they lied to Snowden to get him to go to Moscow. And they just said, yep, and now we're pumping him for every bit of intelligence and every piece of data we can get out of him.
Okay, duh.
Well, but that's
I'll take Captain Obvious for 1,000.
Well, but we've talked about that the very first week when the story broke. But that's the part that nobody else was talking about. It's not the fact that Snowden's there, and yes, he has all this information. It's what else that you don't know about that he has that he's telling them about these intelligence gathering methods.
Why would he be telling them?
He's under a needle, being strapped to a chair somewhere.
Oh, but he came out and did a really great, awesome interview with Putin.
Whatever.
Why would he be? No. Why would he be giving up information?
Why wouldn't he be? Because they're keeping him away from here.
Yeah, because he's here. He'd disappear in Guantanamo.
Well, yeah.
That's all right. He'll only be there for a couple weeks because never mind. I'm not going to bring it up.
Nice. I know exactly where you were going with that. And then back on the gaming console front, one of the things that came out today is that Sony, for the first time in a long, long time, has finally eclipsed Nintendo in console sales.
Because the Wii U only has 3 games.
Well, and not only that, it's because people aren't adopting the Wii U the way that they did the Wii.
I bought it right off the bat, figuring it's going to be good, and it's not.
Yeah.
I won't even buy it.
What's interesting is the Wii U is the one where you can play it on your TV or on the handheld unit.
Yes.
All right, so I was just at my nephew's house yesterday, and he actually prefers playing all the Wii U games on the console itself, not on,
and that's great. Then I can watch TV.
Yeah,
right, exactly. I mean, I guess that's the whole thing, but it's like surprising to me. Like, my 7-year-old nephew he's got a 55-inch flat screen TV in front of him that's off. He would rather look at a 13-inch screen,
personal screen.
It's just fascinating to me. It's just from a
I don't like it. We have the Wii at home, and considering.
Well, and now they're releasing games that are only for the Wii U because they're finally starting to get away from it.
Right.
Yeah.
Considering to go up to the Wii U, I was like, forget it. I'm not going to buy this. Like, this is
the one cool thing I bought and it's fun for like a weekend, and then you never play it again. But they actually had a microphone that you could an extension.
Yeah.
So you hold the Wii U tablet, and you basically look at the people on the couch or whatever, and you sing karaoke.
Okay.
So the words come up on the tablet, and in the background, it's just like videos.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean, like colors.
Or something.
Yeah. So then, then you sing in the thing. I mean, it was a ball for, whatever. I think,
that's actually a neat implementation.
Yeah, when we had family over and the girls sang, and then they had never touched it afterwards. But I mean, for one night, that's the one application that, kind of for game party night or whatever the heck,
Yeah, Sam's still perfectly happy with Just Dance.
Yeah, so is Savannah. Savannah's the same way. You give her Just Dance and she's good. But for me, I am starting to look at the newer gaming consoles and going, okay, what do we get now? We have 2 PS3s in the house. We do have a Wii, but the Wii is the first generation.
Yep.
It's not the newer ones. So now it's going, okay, well, for me, I'm looking more at like an Xbox for the fact of you don't have to use controllers. Savannah and I can play a game together, and we can.
Yeah, we got the Kinect and everything else.
Yeah.
Get a Nintendo 64. Games are 50 cents. Your kid's not going to know the difference.
I do have a ton of old games all saved on our mini bar arcade, so...
So, Dave, that stat that you threw out there, is that like a monthly thing that gets updated all the time?
Yep. Yeah, so it's like literally
this is the first time that it's ever happened.
First time that Sony's eclipsed Nintendo, yeah. Well, and it is. It's sad. The one thing, because I harped about it for the longest time, that the one thing that I thought Nintendo always did really, really well was the backwards compatibility of games. Because they pissed me off for the longest time. Every time they released a new console, whether it was the Nintendo, then the Nintendo 64, and all this other stuff. Well, new console, new format. You must rebuy all old games because they won't play. At least with the Wii, they were smart. And last gen console would go ahead and pop in and play, and life was good. Yeah. The Wii U, not so much, and so now with
the Xbox One is doing the same thing, right, Bob?
Yep.
Yeah, you can't do that. Like my Xbox 360 will not play any of those new games.
Yeah. So I had to put my 360 up on the.
Well, forwards compatibility, I understand. It's the backwards compatibility.
That's what I meant. Like if I were to invest in the Xbox One, I wouldn't be able to play any of my old games.
Yeah, because I stopped playing Grand Theft Auto. That was one of my favorite games.
Why? Then why would
Xbox One?
Yeah, but then what? Yeah.
But I put the Xbox. I had to put the 360 in a different room.
These are all first world problems, by the way.
Exactly. Hashtag first world problems.
Stupid wiener Xbox.
Speaking of Nintendo, I don't know if you knew this or not, but I found it fascinating that them as a company have been around since like 1868 or something like that.
Oh, in one form or another, yeah.
Yeah, they started out as a board gaming company back in the 1800s. That's bizarre. That's awesome.
Yeah, and they've never gone away, and they've never gone away, and it's no, very cool stuff.
Awesome.
All right, well, hey, we are coming up against the end of the show, so let's make sure,
folks.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got the Falling Down Beer Company event on Sunday, which is the beer tasting and the food and all that fun stuff. That's fallingdownbeer.com. We'll have all these links on our site tomorrow, so don't worry about paying attention or writing them down. We had Terry in here from Original Sticks, and it's originalstix.com with the way cool iPhone cases that they will eventually come out with other formats. So I've been told that.
Thanks a lot, guys. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this has been great. No, it's been actually a really cool product. I'm glad you guys made it.
Thank you very much for the case. I'm glad you guys came out. This is great.
Yeah. And then we've got Davina from DISYS. It's DISYS.com. They've got jobs here. They've got jobs there. We
don't care about the jobs there.
Exactly. They would not like them with a fox. They would not like them in the box. All right. So, and we are, again, the phenomenal new website at itandthed.com. We've got all kinds of fun stuff out there, including all of the past broadcasts. We've got all of our... Oh yeah, we forgot cowbell.
Yeah, the website has more cowbell.
We've got all of our past episodes, all the interviews and stuff from Comic-Con are out there live as of today, and of course our 640 odd whatever blog entries and all that fun stuff that you can read through and have fun with. That's it.
Beat it.
See ya. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Flash! Don't move! Stay where you are!
Long live Flash! You've saved your life. Have a nice day.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
I hope this was as much fun for you as it was for me.
How much scotch did you drink that night, by the way?
Half a bottle.
Okay, then shut the hell up.
You're in your underwear. I'm in my underwear. Here, let's hang out.
No, I'm sorry, honey. I have a headache.
I definitely want to see Bob in his underwear. That's a fact.
Bear me. I may have to wipe the geek off.
That analogy sucks because it's right.
I can't say no, and I don't really want to, so I'm...
Well, especially with the back doors open.
We just lost our clean tag on iTunes.
So you have no boots.
No.
You have no gloves.
No.
You have no hat.
No.
You have no scarf.
No.
You have no scraper.
No.
How long have you lived in Michigan?
All my life.
You, sir, are an idiot.
When are we going to talk about me?
Jane, you ignorant slut. Woo! This is the ladies' man.
Guess Captain Soundboard doesn't know how to run the soundboard.
Shut up. Stop talking.
You're so white right now.
I'm the whitest guy in the room. Just explain it to me.
I was banging on the wang.
Really? Should we talk about this? Tag team it. Should I keep going or should I stop?
You're not very informative, but wow, are you entertaining.
Can I just say, it's been great being on a show that talks about Mickey Rooney dying for 20 seconds and then poop for 10 minutes.
Hell yeah.